In audio check. Terrific. All right. Ah, guys, wow, this is a long time since I've said this, but welcome back to the Joyage Kingdom. I'm Cade, your guide. I'll be replacing a little voice inside Dread for now, giving you a break from the constant internal monologue that is the human mind. I want to say first, thank you for listening or viewing on whatever platform you're on. If you haven't already, hit the like button for me if you're on YouTube, if you're on any other platforms, wherever you're at. Smash the like button. If you're on Spaces, hit that retweet button, bottom right corner. I appreciate all the support. If you're excited to get into it. If you're in Twitter video stream, you guys know I appreciate all the support. In today's podcast, we're talking a little bit about kind of unloading the last like 6 months, honestly. Even though I used to do these, so if you're an OG subscriber, I've been doing these since like August of 2021. Actually, no, I've actually been doing this since January or February of 2021, where every month I do like a recap for myself. So it's like almost 2 years running. I just kind of fell off, and part of that reason is because the title. The entire fucking burnout plus depression plus I don't even know, like living in a studio apartment plus like all these things where I'm not exactly where I'm trying to be, but it's fine for now type of deal. And I've been wrestling with that position for a very, very, very long time. It's like I've been in limbo literally since like maybe March of 20, like basically when the bull run got killed. It was crazy how quickly everything changed. The first 6 months was like I was still running full speed, going full speed, still uploading, pretty much a video a day on YouTube. I was going hard as fuck. I still hadn't like properly understood Twitter the way I maybe I'm supposed to have understood it at this point. I feel like that was like my one biggest regret from the bull run was not capitalizing on some level of content that's, I guess, engagement for me is like the easiest way to put it. Because I remember I had a podcast with Luke Nets from Pudgy Penguins, and I asked him because it was on my mind, honestly. And he's a fucking absolute savage on uh e-com and building brands and stuff like that. So I was like, yo, where's the line, bro? Like, what's how much promotion can you do before your audience gets annoyed? And he actually answered pretty well. I mean, essentially the answer was like, look, you gotta do both. If you're gonna do some promotional style posts, you're promoting your brand, you're promoting whatever it is. You also have to balance it out with other stuff. And so, if you've noticed, I've done some classic engagement farming tweets recently, just trying to like play around, understand the game a little bit. And then, no doubt, staying with my normal content, the podcast and stuff. But I do want to kind of dive deep into that, guys, because we have a lot to talk about. I am giving away a Pudgy Penguins toy on the stream, so I better start like typing out how you can enter that. All you have to do, I'll just announce it now. If you want to enter the giveaway for a Pudgy Penguins toy, if you're on YouTube, I'll show you what it looks like right now. Boom. If you're on YouTube, this is the Pudgy Penguins toy you can buy. It's unopened. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty sure the delivery driver sat on it or something, and like it's not in the most, it's not PSA 10 box that I'm giving you, but it's pretty good. So that's what you guys can look forward to. And to enter that, all you do is like and retweet the space. And if you want to have more entries, as you guys know, hit the screenshot button, screenshot that you're here, post on Twitter, tag me. That's how you get more entries. But all you have to do to enter is like and retweet the space. And then I think yeah, I'll probably just go with that. So like and retweet the space. Obviously, be following me and Joyage Kingdom, and that's it to win this penguin. All right. Sorry, I'm typing this out right now. I'm gonna take a photo of it. This thing's pretty sick, dude. This thing's pretty sick. All right. Three, oh, 3, 2, 1. Awesome sauce. All right, it's up. I'm gonna pin this to the top of the space. If you guys want to enter, you can. Don't let me forget, fam. Do not let me forget to pick a winner because I'm gonna forget, bro. I'm one of those guys. I'm that guy. I'll probably forget if I don't be reminded. I'm gonna try and remember in like the 20, 30-minute mark to remind y'all, and then I want to choose the winner in the second half of the space. Anyways, guys, yeah. So in the last 6 months, man, what is it? It's June 2023. So it's pretty much marks like over a year of the bull market. And if you're a content creator, if you've even been here since 2021 slash early 2022 bull market, then you kinda just know how it went. I feel like it slowly got worse and worse and worse, and, I'm not sure, like, the stuff I started to see, the styles of people that continue to grow in the space, I just felt like I don't know, I felt a little bit directionless, and I don't know if the rest of you guys felt that at all, but I felt like I feel like we all had some kinda clear direction a while ago, and especially the YouTubers, there was some clear cohesion about it that made me feel like I was on something bigger, and then, something doesn't go your way, something as big as the entire market shifting away from your own industry. And at that point, I've been doing the brutally honest reviews, as you guys are well aware. That was the full time income. That was my business. It kept me full time since September of 2021. So like basically 2 years, like full time. And those kind of came to like sort of not a halt, but like much less than they were, obviously. So less money was coming in for a long time. I had moved. It was a lot of those kind of things. And in the last 6 months or so, we've had NFT LA, have NFT New York City. I've had a lot of content, journeys and stuff. I got an editor, all these things that like I think is part of the leveling up process, and the way I spend my time right now is very, very, very different than it was a year ago. For me to have thought I can have an editor actually was a joke. Like I almost laughed to myself thinking about that. So I was like, bro, can't afford an editor, dude. Like, are you crazy? Like, you be balling out to afford to like pay someone to do something like that. Like, I have to be on my ass grinding these kind of things for a long time. And then I was with my friends, and they're like, "Yo, if you don't make that jump, you'll pretty much just never make that jump." He's like, "You'll be ready and able to, go ahead and expand and assume this new level." Like he was like, "You've been doing this thing at the same level, the same style for 2 years now. Um, why not see what happens if you have an editor for a few months? Why not just put out the tweet?" And I was like, "You know what, bro? You're right." So I did. I put out a tweet. I was like, "Yo, looking for if you're looking to work in Web3 full time or part time, please let me know. I'm looking for an editor, mainly for podcast clips." And I see Genesis Truffle in here, bro. The fucking King OG, my dude. I see Curtis Draymond here as well. Chris Sets. I see you guys on YouTube. Derek, I see you, bro. Brian, appreciate y'all in Spaces, and then whoever else is in video stream and on LinkedIn. I appreciate all of you. But Genesis Truffle is my editor right now. Came out of fucking nowhere, bro. I had like 50 people hit me up within like the first 3 days. I'm like, "Yo, man, like I can edit." And probably 9 out of 10 of them were just trash, to be honest, and didn't really try that hard. I asked them to do like one thing and they fucking didn't do it. So that's 90% of people. And then of the 10% of people that were left, I would say honestly, like 30% of them were really, really good. And so I was left with like maybe four to five editors that were pretty solid. And then out of those, there's probably two or three that were even better. And that was gonna be the plan. And then bro, Genesis Truffle just pulled up like like a big chicken in a locker room type of deal. You already know what I'm saying. He just came in and was like, "Yo, bro, I've never really edited, but I'd love to try." And I was like, "Yeah, man, of course." I saw you on my Discord, and bro turned out to be the absolute king. Bro's Leonardo DiCaprio of editing. Literally, I found Leonardo DiCaprio of editing, and so that's incredible. Like, what a fucking that's so lit. I was so beyond grateful for that. So, Jester, shout out to you, bro. You're a king. Um, Very cool for me, and then very hard at the same time for me to now have an editor was terrifying. All right, and that's honestly one of the main themes of this podcast. It's like how did I get depressed when all this stuff was working? When literally every single thing I've been planning for 2 years happened exactly like I thought. How is it that I got depressed? And that's something I want to talk about because it's kind of fun. Um, I've been fantasizing about having an editor for literally my whole life. I've been fantasizing about a sponsorship of the podcast for literally 2 years since the beginning of the stream. It started in February of 2021 in my bedroom at my parents' house before I left on my Joyage, before I left in the car. It was just me in the room. I was frustrated with the world. I wanted this, I wanted that. I didn't know how to get there. I wanted to be famous, didn't know how to get there. What do I do? What do I do? I want to do a podcast. I don't know who to talk to. And I was just like, well, how do I start? And that's kind of when I found Gary Vee. He's like, bro, just start filming, see what happens. And so I just started recording myself talking. Felt really good to kind of air it all out. That's why I do these podcasts. It's supposed to be every month because the reset is incredible, bro. Like, I don't even know what problems I'm gonna work out on the stream with you guys. That's the only reason I'm doing this live is because, like, I always work something out on the podcast if I allow myself to do it. My problem is I'll just sit there and go, "Oh, I got this thing coming up. I'll do it after that. I'll do it after that. I'll do it after that," and it just never happens. And I think that was kind of very a visual representation of what happened to my fucking I don't even know, like, my character kind of crumbled a little bit, and it's so weird, like, you get everything you want, like, I finally got my podcast sponsored full time, bro, like, and I'm even willing to disclose it was, I won't give exact numbers, but, thousands of dollars, like, plenty of money to live on full time for a 24-year-old kid living in the city by himself. Like, absolutely best case scenario pretty much happened for a 3-month contract. Dream come true, got to, upgrade the MacBook, got to buy my Shure SMB microphone. Everything is perfect on paper. You're like, "Holy shit, dude, you're crushing it. You got an editor now. You got this, you got that. You don't gotta worry about these things. Like, yo, you got all your time back. Like, what are you doing?" And that's where it kinda got worse, bro. 'Cause it was like, damn, I spent my whole last 2 years grinding, bro, grinding like you've never seen before. I have never in my life, still to this day, seen the version of me that was out in 2021. Like, I was on a fucking mission, bro, and it felt like I was on the cusp of, like, 100K subscribers. Like, you guys remember, if you were here since the beginning, like, dude, that energy was actually crazy. I mean, I genuinely believed I was gonna be at 100,000 subscribers in a year by this time. Like, right now, I should have 100K is what I would have thought, because I was growing extremely fast for someone with a YouTube channel that wasn't hinged on nonsense and degeneracy. I was, like, growing at about 1,500 subscribers a month. It was actually insane, and, then that quickly fell apart, like, within 1 month. It went from 1,500 to 200. And that's all my YouTuber friends getting frustrated. And then, bro, I think an accumulation of this, and I also want to talk about the entrepreneurial journey, the hero's journey, the called the not the imposter, the I think it's called like the Joker or something along those lines of someone who it's basically self sabotage, right? But anyways, I watched all these. I basically watched degeneracy unfold, bro. I watched chaos turn into a little bit of order and then fall right back into chaos. And I started to see influencers doing the same nonsense they've always done, getting away with it the same way they've always done. And I figured, like in the bear market, it would get better. Bear market blues, bro. They're gonna leave, bro. The grifters are gone, bro. That's literally not true. It's gonna worse. It's like actually, it's incredible what's happened. And the things I hear in Twitter Spaces are shocking, to say the least. I just can't believe, like, all that just led to, like, what we've got right now, and it's, like, actually sad. I'm looking at the things on Twitter Spaces, I'm like, "I just can't believe it." And I know there's cool shit going on. I know there's really cool tech stuff going on. There are companies out there that I'm talking to that I think are really fucking cool, that I would much rather talk about, that I think has way cooler things going on. Like, just for example, I mean, you guys already see me if you guys follow Twitter. I have this Project Kaizen wristband that they gave me at a party, and I've literally not taken it off since. I don't know what it is about this brand, and I have their shirt and I wear it all the time. Like, I fuck with them, and I just really like what they're doing, and I see that, and I'm like, "Yo, y'all are building Ready Player One, actually. What a sick fucking thing. That is so cool." Like, that feels like I'm on some kind of mission, and I think that's maybe what I and many people have craved, and as we kinda navigated this bear market along with all of you, it's been rough, dude. It's been rough, like, trying to keep up, trying to figure out what we're doing. And me as a content creator, my big question, my big question, bro, and if any of you guys have a fucking answer, by the way, please tell me. Please tell me if you have an answer. What is the industry? Like, what is the industry, you know? You look at the fitness industry, it's a bunch of people who work out. Influencers record their working out. They record how they got so big, et cetera, et cetera. That's what happened. That's what it is. The industry is that. There's supplements around, there's courses you can buy, there's masterminds, there's live events, there's all these things, but the industry is clear, you know? There's many ways to win. There's a thing that people are doing that people can appreciate. NFTs is not quite there. You're like, "What do y'all have?" You're like, "Well, I mean, I guess some of us, like, buy shit coins." You're like, "Alright, like, that's fun, if all the factors are also there, like we're in a bull market and people are happy and everyone has an excess of money, that's a very fun situation to be in. But if we're not in that situation, it's not that cool. Um, I guess just noticing that and not being able to get a clear picture of where we're going, like, I know where we're going macro, like, I know that, like, augmented reality is coming, the opportunities are gonna be endless, we're gonna have such cool fucking expansion digitally, our physical realities are gonna be just changed forever in the coolest and craziest possible ways, and I can't be more excited about that. It's just I feel like it just fell it back into my life story of the whole, like, I'm not there yet, and this has been plaguing me since the beginning of time. When I was 5, all I wanted to do was be 13, and when I was 13, all I wanted to be was 18. 18, I wanted to be 25. 25, right now I'm almost 25. I cannot wait to be 30. And it's just I think I'm just chasing that stability or something like that of, like, having a foothold, like, I feel like I'm just hanging. I feel like I'm just, like, free climbing on a rock the entire past year, and now I'm upside down, and I'm just, like, barely holding on going like, "Yo, dude, like, what the hell, man?" Like, it's taking so long, what the fuck?" So, that's been a lot of it, and you still have to put in the work, and that's the entrepreneurial journey. It's not there till it's there. You don't make it till you make it. You don't sell the business till you sold the business. You don't get the girl till you ask out the girl, like, that type of thing, and stuff because there are some things that you actually are at you're at mercy of time sometimes. Like, sometimes there's nothing that can help you but time, and that can go for relationships, that can go for burnout, that can go for depression even, and that is definitely something I'm gonna talk about. With this depression thing, I've struggled with anxiety my whole life, pretty bad anxiety, and I've struggled with really, really crippling self-confidence issues when I was younger, and it's not like those go away, even as an adult, when you gain that self-confidence, there's still a mark that it leaves you on, like, your soul, and I never really looked on the past. There's nothing to look at. I'm trying to be older. Why would I look back? I'm not trying to be younger. Like, I have no particularly nostalgic memories from back then because all I could think about was getting the fuck out. But for the first time, the past was actually better. Literally, for the first time in my entire life, I looked at the last 6 months and said, "That's better than today." I can't I need to go back to that. Like, I've never really experienced that kind of momentum and mindset shift. It scared me a little bit because I don't like that. I don't like that I look back and crave that. It just doesn't lead anywhere. Like, I remember talking to friends and stuff, and they'd talk to me about, "Man, like, I think about this back in the day," and, like, "Oh, bro, back in high school," like, that type of talk, and I'm like, "Bro, that type of talk doesn't get you anywhere." Like, it's only talk about the future and putting in the hours and stuff like that that gets you to where you wanna go, and, it's probably true, to be honest. But for the first time in my life, I had something to look back on, and now something to compare my present day to my past day. That was never something in my entire life for 24 years I've had to experience. My sister grew up with depression, had it since she was 11, so I watched that, very close to my sister, so I've heard all of the everything about that. She had a particularly extreme, uh, experience with it, she's still going through it and, still working through it and stuff like that, and I just never thought I would have depression, bro. I was just like, "Nah, Imma just soldier through it, bro. Quit being a bitch, do some push-ups, breathe more air." You know, like, pull an Andrew Tate and just fucking pick yourself up and shut up. Like, that's typically how I have a very blue collar mentality towards this stuff. Like, I don't give a fuck, bro. Just pick yourself up and just do your stuff anyway. Because it's true, it works. 100% it works. Um, but you need to do things that feed the soul, and I think when you go an extended period of time without feeding your soul, you fall into this kind of thing, and I didn't always do the things that fed my soul because I was so worried about doing the things I thought I needed to do. And there is definitely a balance that you've gotta strike. You gotta find that balance of doing what you need to do with what you wanna do, because it's pretty crazy what one bit of content or one action or one thing that you do just for yourself can give you. It can give you runway, bro. It's like the one missing link from entrepreneurs that I feel like I have. It's the reason I don't get into a depression and quit. Like, you guys have never seen me go more than, like, 1 week off, literally. I've literally, like, not taken a week off. I just don't. I remember when I was a kid, I've been wanting to be a YouTuber since 2009, by the way. You guys can go on my YouTube channel. This YouTube channel right now, you're watching on YouTube right now. If you're on Spaces, my YouTube channel's at the top of the space. You go to my YouTube, you can actually scroll back 10 years. You can actually scroll back 10 years, and if you find my other account, you can go back 11 or 12 years. I've been trying to be a YouTuber for a minute, bro. I really, really, really have. If that wasn't true, you would have seen me give up. Like, I'm here for it, bro. I don't know if I'm here to talk about exclusively NFTs. You guys, I don't know if you saw, like, my little video I made where people were, roasting me for, next best thing. I think that's what they said or something like that for NFT. It was like NFT stands for next fun thing or something like that. And for me, I'm interested in the whole space of metaverse and basically innovation. I love innovation. I love the idea of it. I'm not a coder though. How the fuck am I supposed to work in innovation without coding? Well, I found it. It's content. It's some way to make content work. And so because I know that, because I know I'm always one video away from potentially change life because I'm living proof and I talk about it all the time. It's not bullshit. I really did post a video that got 200 views. I really did get a job out of that. I really did get employed for 6 months, $2,500 a month to basically do nothing. Like I really did. And it really did come from a video like that. That's not bullshit. It's completely true. And it can happen again. By the way, it has happened again. I posted TikToks that got 100 views that got me clients. I've posted videos that for months on TikTok never got more than 200 views. And I still got opportunities that came from them. It's just not about the things that most people think it's about. And because I know some of these things, I feel like I have like an obligation to fulfill my duty as that and to teach people how to do it and to keep on keeping on. But just because I feel that doesn't mean that I don't fall into a wallowing depression where I literally can't get out of bed. So I just want to share my experience with it. Hopefully, this podcast will help someone, or at the very least, bro. And I'm not trying to make this political. But the other day, you have to be a fucking idiot not to watch this because it's so relevant, even if you don't like the guy, bro. So put away your differences for this. Andrew Tate came back from prison or something, and comes back and does this return interview, right? And all we know really is he's been charged with these things. He got thrown into prison for a little bit without being charged. Actually, they just kind of like said some stuff. Allegedly, he did some horrible things. He's in prison. He gets tossed out, right? Whatever. It's details that don't matter. Now he goes on this podcast after being locked away, and the entirety of the internet pretty much fighting whether or not he, deserved it or not. And the video gets 10 million views, bro, in the first 3 days. It's unbelievable. So like, clearly, you got to listen to this dude, whether or not you agree or disagree, because something he's saying is capturing the hearts of people on the internet. So like, I got to figure out what the fuck he's saying. Like, what the hell? Why are 10 million people tuning in? So he said something that's kind of interesting. Or maybe it's his brother. I don't know who it was, but one of the guys were talking about the work that goes in, and he was like, "You guys don't realize that." Like, I think he said, "My brother is the hardest working man I've ever seen." It's like he literally works for 16 hours and then parties for 4 and then sleeps. Because that's what happens. But no one knows that he works for 16 hours in the computer because we only show him in the Bugatti. We only show him at the pool smoking cigars with the girls. He's like, we don't show the other part. And for me, like, I've seen so many viral clips of this motherfucker. I thought he just literally shit money. I didn't know. Like I assumed he's a businessman or something, but I'd never seen the dude work. So I figured, like, I don't know. And for young men, young women, young entrepreneurs, right? It's important that we see people who are winning to see what they're doing. Actually, what is the work you're putting in? And that's why I show so much behind the scenes. I show me putting in the work. I show me learning day trading. How am I going to get people to sign up for an educational platform that I think is one of the best in the world if I can't get good at trading? A better way for me is to get good at trading, and document that whole process. And if people are like, "Yo, how the fuck did you learn that?" Then I send them over. It just makes more sense. With Andrew, to see him actually putting in work, it gave me a little bit of like vigor because I was like, "Oh, right, I forgot that you gotta work, bro." Like, this is something that I'm glad Philip and I had a podcast yesterday. Shout out Philip Kalinko. He set my mind straight after the stream. This was all off camera. We talked about this, off camera a little bit. And he's an incredible entrepreneur, very established, tons of money, buying Bored Apes, flipping Bored Apes. Like he's done it all, right? So I looked at the guy as a mentor. Of course, he's older than me. He knows more than me. He's made more money than me. He's ahead of me in every aspect. He's got a wife. He's got kids. He's got everything I need, right? And he was like, "Bro," because I'm telling you about the depression. Like, bro, I couldn't get out of bed. Couldn't brush my teeth. Couldn't go to I couldn't even like leave my room to go to the bathroom. Like, weird, stop. I was like, why would that be something I'd struggle with? Just go to the bathroom, brush your teeth, like, just go for the walk. Why are you sitting here thinking about it? It doesn't make any sense. I've never experienced that before. And he's like, "Listen, bro, entrepreneurship is a privilege." I didn't do that. I've heard that before. I let him keep talking, and he goes, "Dude, entrepreneurship is a privilege. Not everyone gets to say whatever they want and do whatever they want and be somewhere at 12 o'clock wherever they want." He's like, "Most people cannot choose that. They cannot just be somewhere at 11. They got a job, they got kids, they got responsibilities, they got this, that." He goes, "You are an entrepreneur with no strings attached right now. You're 24, you don't have a wife or anything, no kid, no, like, animals." He was like, "You literally are you have no strings attached." Because "You're the most dangerous right now. You gotta work." He goes, and he's like, "I know you worked." He's like, "I know you put in the work." He goes, "But, like, you gotta go again. You gotta keep working. The game doesn't stop just because the bear market started." Sorry. The content game doesn't start because the bear market. Jesus Christ. The content game doesn't stop because the bull market stops. That's not how it works. He was like, "The game continues and will leave you behind, and you'll have to go get a job. And then you'll be right back where you started thinking, 'Damn, bro, all I gotta do is get full time. If I can just be full time again, then this, that, and the other, then I'll start going hard again. I'll start recording and streaming.'" He was like, "No, dude, that's not how it works." He goes, "You just gotta put in the work, and you gotta work harder than you would for a boss. You gotta work harder for yourself than you would for a boss. You gotta wake up, be there on time, more than you would be waking up and on time for a boss." He goes, "Otherwise, it doesn't make sense." He goes, "Why do you deserve to be an entrepreneur?" Jesus, hold on, let me mute myself. All this, ambulance. Jeez, bro. So anyways, I thought that was pretty helpful for me as an entrepreneur to hear that. It's just like, "Bro, work harder." Actually, like, "Are you working hard?" And I was like, "Dude, I can't. Like, I'm not motivated." He's like, "That I get that." He goes, "And that's cool. But, like, you're gonna lose your job as an entrepreneur if you keep this up." He goes, "Not everyone gets to keep this." He's like, "You only have so much runway." We saw Tom. You guys remember Tom Youngs, my co-host on Tea Time back in the day, every single Wednesday, 12 o'clock PST. Um, he was going through it. He was like, "Yo, I haven't made money in like a year. The business is kind of kaput. Um, Nothing went the way I thought it would go. The market ended, interest changed. There wasn't something we were revolving around anymore, and we all kind of lost track. The people we used to look up to for direction disappeared. You know, like there are people in the industry who are leaders that people look to for a little bit of direction, a little bit of just leadership, and we just, I don't know. I think it's a lot of the wrong people are in charge of the attention right now. And to see that happen, to see all the people that I thought were quality people disappear, completely leave, especially if they had like NFT communities that just disappeared. And I just didn't know how to take that. I didn't know what to do with that. I was like on some level, I get it. You're like, okay, so some person bought your NFT a year ago. Do you still owe them anything? Like, I don't really know. Like, are you indebted them to forever? I don't know what their journey. I don't know what the game is. And then I was like, wait a second. Bro, it doesn't even matter. Like, I know my own course. I know sort of where I'm going and the direction I'm headed. I know what I want my NFTs to be. I have a vision of how I want to use them in the ecosystem. I'm very confident it'll work. In fact, I don't see a world where it doesn't. I think it'll be hilarious when people look at the floor and say, "Damn, I really could have scooped these at like $50." Like these Joyage Kingdom Torch NFTs, right? Like I think it's gonna be hilarious because I don't know. I just think it will be. I think the access keys and the torches. I think people will look back one day and be like, "God damn it, bro. Those are just sitting there on the floor for 2 years at like $200 or just $50 or whatever it was." I'm excited for that because like there's so little of them, and I did that on purpose, like, there's so many things that I did strategically that I didn't have any social proof that it would work later. I just kinda hoped it would and thought it probably would, and I was pretty much right every time. So, I feel like I'm right this time because the only thing that's the pivotal, like, variable in that equation is me. It's like, are you going to put in the work and be the guy who streams to get your content and your streams to a point where buying your NFTs will make sense in the way you're gonna set that up in the future. which is a little bit hasty to say, but, like, a lot of my content I want to start day trading and do trading content. I think you need to have some kind of value add like that if you're gonna survive the content game in this niche at least. You can't just do news, in my opinion. I mean, there's a lot of news channels, it's just not that interesting, like, I wanna have the news and have it be related to exactly what I'm saying. I want it to be like I don't wanna just report on ApeCoin just to move on to the story about whatever, I don't wanna just go ApeCoin and then be like, "Alright, clone X," and then you just move on and the show's over. It's like, it didn't help anyone. It's like I wanna cover crypto, I wanna cover NFTs, I wanna cover, Forex, the world markets, technology, virtual reality, cool NFT projects, like, I wanna cover it all, and someone said something the other day, they were like, "Yo, you're a pretty good salesman, and you're a pretty good, like, spokesperson." We were filming these professional videos for IFT Academy, and, I was like, "Yo, I'm actually pretty good at this shit." Um, that might be a pretty sweet job actually to be like a content creator or spokesperson for a project, as well as building my personal brand. Because at least if I had a job, like a specific job thing that I was, something that didn't take away all my time from the personal brand, but something where it made sense. Uh, what's kind of trending right now is just so crazy, bro. Is that like what do you call them? Norm influencers, I think they're called or some shit like that, of like normal people who just document their day job are crushing it online right now. Like nobody wants to see the full-time YouTuber. Nobody cares about the full-time fitness girl anymore. Like they don't care, bro. It's like unattainable for most people, they think. And I don't believe that, but that's what they think. And so because they think that, they just don't care. It's not as relatable. Like what's happening right now is like people are running towards relatability. People who get it, people who've been there, done that, who are doing something that they want to do, doing something they can't believe they're doing, and I think that's dope. I think it's causing a lot of people to the lines are getting blurred. It was easy to separate yourself when it was YouTubers. It was easy to separate yourself when they were bloggers, bro, because their life was fucking absurd. All right, guys, good morning. I'm gonna walk out of my five-star hotel because my brand paid for it, and then I'm gonna go swing on ropes and lay in a lazy river all day, and then I'm gonna get a $5,000 Wagyu steak. Like all this shit, you're like, wow, it's like a dream world. It doesn't even exist, dude. I'm pulling from memory here because this is how I thought. Like the reason this makes sense to you guys watching is because this is how I thought. So if you're a YouTube consumer, then you probably felt a lot of these things I'm talking about. And, like Jake Paul, Logan Paul, you're like, "Bro, these aren't even real people. Like, these are characters in a fucking, like, simulation. Like, no one's doing this, bro. Like, what do you mean Logan Paul boxed Floyd Mayweather? Like, no, dude, that's not real, you know?" And so it's so extreme that people are running towards the other side of the spectrum, which has a good side and a bad side. When you're now comparing yourself to engineers and teachers and stay-at-home moms and, work from home people, construction workers, every single job under the sun, there's someone documenting that process right now, which is fantastic. It's incredible for broadening our scope of perspective. It's like it's like the classic example of someone who doesn't tip well or treats their server like shit because they've never worked in a restaurant. And everyone who has worked in a restaurant just knows they're like, yo, if you spent 1 hour following a waiter, you would get it. You would understand. Your life would be a lot less stressful when you go to restaurants, you know what I mean? And it's very much like that. The problem is when we have, millions of people doing that, is we get people starting to compare themselves, and now we're not comparing ourselves to influencers. We're comparing ourselves to just other humans. We're comparing ourselves to the mom that we're not yet. We're comparing ourselves to the dad that we're not yet. We're comparing ourselves to the guy who is making some money trading online, but is also doing this other job, and we're just looking at ourselves like, "Damn, I'm just doing one job. I'm not even doing this." And so it's having these like adverse side effects that we weren't prepared for, and that's pretty much going to be the theme of our generation, bro. A bunch of shit happens, and a bunch of stuff follows that we were not prepared for, that we did not think was going to happen. Like, who could have known what would come from COVID? Who could have known that like 2 years after COVID, there are places that still ask you to mask up and have vaccine cards, and then there are other places that don't give a single fuck, like a single fuck, bro. Like how what do we even do with that? Like, and then there are people who are. It's just such a weird thing, and I think we've been in such a weird time that my depression that I went through, my inability to literally get out of bed made sense to me, and I think it gave me some version of a North Star, and it was like, "Yo, this blows, dude, blows. This sucks." I'm not excited about anything. I don't care about these PFP projects that are coming up. They're not doing anything. Like, name one other than Pussy Penguins. Seriously. Okay, I'm doing myself a disservice and, the projects that aren't. But, like, when I think of if you were to bring up a project and say, "What have you done?" Bro, you're hearing crickets. You hear this. Let me try it. I got um, never mind. I thought I had a cricket number. I thought I had a cricket button. I don't have a cricket button. But, like, Punch Penguins have these toys, right? And they've got these activations doing these expos and stuff, and you're like, I mean, maybe like War of Women, I've seen them do some expos and stuff like that, but, like, when you ask an NFT project, like, "What have you done?" There's just not a whole lot there, you know? Like, I've done more for my holders. You know, like, a year ago, I did a full clothes airdrop, Gymshark style. I sent everyone a box of clothes for free, you know? Like, I did that shit, and, this year, I wanna do something with the portraits, these small little, glass cases for the portraits and, mail them to all the holders. I wanna do that this year, and, it's nothing crazy, you know, it's what I can do right now. But I just started to see a whole lot of that, and I was like, "Damn, bro, there's not a whole lot going here." And it made me directionless, you know, and when you're directionless, everything feels like a path, you know, and, like, literally, everything feels like a path, and any side quest feels like it might work. You know, you're directionless and something comes along your way and it looks kinda cool, looks a little bit enticing, you know, you run towards that. We're designed to see the best opportunity, and the problem is, in the game of entrepreneurship, you get so many conflicting opinions. You get Alex Hormozy on one side of the spectrum saying, "Yo, stick with one thing your whole life," and then you get everybody else saying, "Bounce around every 5 years." Then you got me, at the 2-year mark, I usually win. Whatever game I'm playing at the 2-year mark is about when I call it quits because I'm like, "What else is there to do here?" Right? And I came up in my 2 years for NFTs. I'm like, "Bro, this is literally 2 years right now." I was full time, I made money, I met pretty much every, you know, I connected with pretty much every influencer person I needed to that I wanted to. I won. Like, seriously, like, what else is there to do? Actually, the NFT industry ended tomorrow, disappeared. I won, literally. I mean, that doesn't mean I won, no one else it's not like I won, everyone's lost, but, like, my game, I won. I got the sponsorship, the podcast was full time, I did reviews full time, I did everything. It was like I won, and it happened right at the 2-year mark, like I thought it would in the beginning, like I said it would, you know? So in my head, I'm like, "Okay, we hit the 2-year mark. What do I do?" You know, should I think of a new skill? Should I double down on NFTs? Do I see this working? Should I expand? Should I niche down? Should I niche up? Like, what do I do next? And I didn't fucking know. Um, I would try things, one video would pop, and I would say, "Oh, maybe I'll do this." And I try another video, and I'm like, "Oh, wait, this video well, maybe I should try that." And, you know, and like I said, when you're directionless, everything feels like a proper path. Everything feels like it could work, because nothing's working right now, and you're like, you know what I mean? And so you're like, "Oh, I'll try this, I'll try that." And you get distracted, you know, you smoke weed a little bit more than you would. Uh, you start beating yourself about stuff. You start focusing on things that you probably wouldn't have given attention to, that now you have a little bit of extra time, maybe you give attention to it even though maybe you don't need to, and, you know, this is something that I give a little bit of flack to, like, the spirituality, self-help community. It's like, "Yo, like, if you focus too much on the thing, you're not gonna, like, do anything," you know? And I know this from personal experience, like, if I just sat there and thought about NFTs all day long, nothing would have happened. The only reason I got anywhere is because I sat down and oftentimes didn't want to, but I would film 2, 3 videos in a row. There were times in the bull market where I filmed 5 videos in a row, dude, 3 hours straight of filming. Just find you know, film 5 videos, get 35 TikToks from it, call it a day, do it again tomorrow, you know? That's what got me there. There's no overthinking that got me there. There's no pondering that got me there. It was all just time that I spent during that time. You know? And not all your time is, like, accountable, if that makes sense. Not all your time can be quantified, or maybe it can, maybe to, like, ultra successful people who never take a single moment off. Maybe those people who, like, have their schedule blocked off by the half hour kind of thing. I just can't. I mean, maybe I can. I just don't know if I particularly wanna live like that. I see Matt in here saying that's his biggest thing, doing it full time and winning, but seeing others do more, even if they're making less. That's a great way to put it. Next up is to build a show that creates an audience that Thread guy or Leap gets. Yeah, I mean, dude, honestly, that's the path I see it taking. I just think I can do it better. Like, I think Thread guy and Leap are terrific hosts. I really enjoy their shows. Um, or no, sorry, I like not always the topics because, honestly, this is not really up to them a lot of times. It's just whatever people wanna talk about, but, like, I love them as hosts. As show hosts, they're tremendous. They're incredible. So I take a lot of notes from those guys. Good friends in the industry too. But yeah, I would say you're probably right, Matt. It's like, I'm doing fine. Like, I'm in my own lane, I'm winning, but you see other people and they're doing more. "Oh, I gotta be doing more. I gotta do this. I got Thread guys, covering this. I gotta cover that." And like that's a problem. You chase a lot of things. And in the bear market, I did that for like 6 months. I chased. I did spaces for a little bit. I did the coffee break show a little bit. The coffee break show's going back, by the way, coming back in a huge way. It's going to be redone. There's a show structure to it. There's longevity baked into it. There's a lot of things I'm very excited about for that show. So please definitely be looking forward to that. The streams are coming back. I'm telling you guys, Vintage Cade. I don't know if he's back, but he feels a lot more back than he used to be. And I'm very grateful for that. I'm grateful that I went through it. I think it's a necessary part of the journey. I think one thing that, the Tate brothers said when they got out of prison, which I thought was a very interesting thing to say, which I actually really liked that they said because it humanized them slightly. It was like, "Yo, we've been balling out for 6 fucking years. We've done whatever we wanted. Like, anything we fucking want, we did." He goes, "We fucked around for 6 years, and I forgot if I was that guy still. I forgot. I hadn't been properly tested." And I remember and he's like, "I got thrown in fucking prison for 3 months. I got my shit kicked out of me." And I thought that was interesting because that was kind of how I thought about it. I was like, "Damn, like, it never got, like, bad, until this hit, and then it got really bad." But I was like, "That's part of the game, dude." Like, I've had dips where it got really bad, but it's kinda like that thing, bro. It's like, do it for the story type of thing, 'cause it's true. I'm not gonna remember this, bro. In 1 year, I'll not remember this. Last year, I went through some shit, and I don't even remember, bro. It was so real when it happened, though. It was so important, and it took up a lot of mental space. It was something I thought about a lot, stuff like that. It bothered me and whatever, and, like, I can't even remember the details. It's like, I know for a fact it'll be like that. There's almost you can count, like, on your hand the moments in your life that you remember like that, that matter. And there just aren't that many. That's what this tattoo is. For people who don't know, if you're on YouTube, you can see my tattoo on my shoulder. I've got a half a sleeve in my shoulder here. It's Saint Michael up here. You can see his face, and he's putting away the devil down here on my tricep. It's pretty incredible artwork. I really, really love, like, biblical artwork. I think it looks awesome. I was like a total atheist when I got this too, in 2019 or whenever I got this, but the idea with that tattoo is just like, "Yo, if this battle happened, bro, that shit mattered." Like, that shit mattered. That was literally the brink of Earth right there in a battle. There's nothing in my life that will be that important. There just won't be, bro. It's just not gonna be that deep. It's not gonna affect that many people. Like, relax. It's not that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things, which is a really in my opinion, it's a really healthy perspective to have. Of course, you need to take care of yourself and stuff like that, but remembering to be grateful because the shit you're worried about isn't a big deal is very important, and it's one of the main things that got me through the depression, you know? Um, and what's interesting is, like, my sister like I said earlier, my sister had it. It was really bad, but I always had these, like, reservations about it, and I was like, "Dude, like, I know it's really bad." Like, and I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying none of the stuff you're feeling is not truly how you feel, but, like, bro, stuff like taking your life and things like that, I'm like, it just never came across my head because I was like, "But I'm gonna get through it." And I think I've only maybe it's a little bit of naiveness or inexperience or something, but in my head, I was like, "But if I'm gonna make it, and if I'm gonna get out of it at some point, then, like, I just have to make it. I just have to, like, burn the days and just keep going, and you know what I'm saying? Just, like, keep going, keep going, keep going. Uh, Stuff changes, momentum I mean, bro, I mean, think about it. If tomorrow, I don't know, Biden signs some fucking executive order, whatever, crypto's back on, if that happened and we just went back into a bull market, bro, we would just forget about our depression. Let's be fucking honest. Anyone who's having a rough time would just literally fall right back into the game. And that's just what would happen. The momentum would shift. Energy's back. Your day is not plagued by 9 hours of nonsense and degeneracy and terrible fucking people and negativity. Like everything changes, and now everything about your life changes. Like those things can happen at the snap of a fucking finger. You can get a phone call that changes your life in a good way or bad way. You can get a phone call saying a family member passed away, and your whole life just turned upside down. And in the same vision, you can get a phone call that says, "Yo, uh, insert fucking dream here," like whatever, anything. And so I know that to be true. Some other realizations I had. I also did a 3-day DMT journey, so a self-induced ayahuasca journey, essentially. That was actually insane now that I think about it, because I literally did do that, like an ayahuasca ceremony, and I didn't really mean to. I broke it down on Twitter a couple times, but, like, and before I tell the story, actually, guys, if you wanna enter this giveaway for the Pudgy Penguins toy, if you're on YouTube right now, you can win this toy, Pudgy Penguin, unopened. It's a little bit, uh, messed up by the whoever delivered it, but it's pretty much fine. Pudgy Penguin toy, all you have to do is, retweet, like the space, hit the like button, subscribe, be following, all those things. And if you wanna have more entries, just screenshot wherever you're watching it, screenshot wherever you're, listening, whatever, and tag me on Twitter. That's all you have to do to get these extra ones, to get those extra entries, and you can win a toy. You can be watching on anywhere to get that, by the way. So, if you wanna do that, I'll be calling those winners out pretty soon. Um, and right before I move into the DMT story, I see Zodicus saying, "Don't really like Fred Guy, but he posted a great tweet about how to approach drama in this space. I really liked it. The Fred Guy gets it, I think. Um, Not everyone gets it, like, in the game of content and entrepreneurship, some people get it and some people don't. Threat Guy for sure understands the game. He gets the game. Uh, doesn't mean he's like, you know, I don't even know what else that means, but, like, he gets the game, right? And so I think I would agree, like, he approaches drama the right way. I like how he approaches everything. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hunter Records, you're a real one. Zet, hey, what's up, man? I appreciate you, bro. Thank you for being here live. Honestly, I've only done 2 of these live, actually. I almost always do these recorded because I feel like no one would wanna listen to it. And then I was like, "Bro, why would I not just stream it live? I might as well." I'm just gonna post it anyway, it doesn't matter. Anyways, this DMT trip was pretty crazy because DMT, without a doubt, is the hardest thing to get your hands on pretty much on Earth. Probably not that hard anymore. It used to be really hard, but I don't know about now. Anyways, I was able to get access to some potentially in this world of online that, may or may not be a fictional story, right? Or just for legality's sake, this never really happens. But in a dream, at one time, I took DMT for 3 days straight, literally all day. Like anytime I started to feel it going away, I would just re-hit it, use a pen, and I just wanted to experience life with the lens of extra DMT being in my blood flow and in my brain. I wanted to see what kind of conclusions I would come to, what type of things I thought about, what I didn't think about. If I was able to be in a meditative state, what thoughts pop up every time I pass a certain street kind of thing. And if you're introspective, if you do meditation, you practice anything like that, that makes sense to you. If not, probably doesn't mean a whole lot to you. But because if you've ever practiced meditation successfully, and just like I said with Red Guy, he gets content. In my opinion, you get meditation eventually. Like you get it one day. Be like, "Oh, that's why it's so fucking hard to do. This all makes sense now." And I wrestled meditation for like 5 years before I got it, and I realized, "Oh, wait, it's okay that thoughts keep popping up. The point is to keep noticing. The point of meditation is to flex your mind muscles and to give yourself control. When a thought pops up, to notice the thought. That way in your normal life, when you're doing something and a thought pops up that you don't like, you don't have to sit there and judge it. You just sit there and let it go. The point of meditation is to constantly let it go. The point of life is to constantly let go of those traumas and triggers constantly so you can actually live a life where you're present. So anyways, I do this DMT trip. I'm learning about all these things. Um, and just to kind of wrap it up, because I wanna keep it relevant, I could go and talk about NFT. I could talk about DMT for a whole podcast, and I probably will eventually. There was a moment, because it was trippy as fuck, bro, like, if you've ever taken DMT, like, you get it. It should be fucking illegal, bro. Like, it is very, 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 very intense. If you are not extremely confident in your ability to survive a mental attack and have literally no control of your mind, if that's something you can surrender to, you'll be alright. But if not, I would stay very far away. It's very intense. And so I had this thought, I was laying down and I was trying to I had this inkling that I knew something inside. It was a truth about something that I needed to unlock. And I knew that I had it. I knew that I would get there if I kept asking. So in DNT world, I'm just asking myself. I'm probably talking to my own subconscious, like, who was I even talking to, right? And I'm like, yo, like, I was just trying to like make myself like okay with reality, something like that. Was, like, sort of the gist. And I'm like, how do I get myself to be okay with stuff? Like, why am I so against things right now? Why am I so against getting up and bright? Why is it so hard for me to do anything right now? When I was in my depression. I guess I'm still a little bit, but like nowhere near the depths of the depression I got to. I'm like, why am I? It's just so hard to just like accept right now. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can see what I'm doing with my hands. Like I kept banging into each other, and I'm on the MT, and the reason I like psychedelics is because it just allows you to have a different pair of glasses on for a little bit. Your normal life, and you've got this pair of glasses now, and you see things slightly different. DMT, you just happen to see things very different, right? So I'll put the glasses on for this. Shout out for one. OGs, shout out all the OGs who recognize the glasses. So I asked that question, and I'm sitting there playing with my hands like I am on stream right now, and I just have this thought, you know, and I'll go into this more on another podcast where I talk more about this, but there's multiple things like this that happened throughout that 3-day process. But one of them that I think is important was the epiphany I had about the spectrum that is everything, you know? And it was like the idea that nothing is, therefore everything is, because without nothing, you can't have everything. It's like the law of polarity, I think is what it's called in like psychological terms or spiritual terms, whatever. But the idea of a spectrum of as above, so below, of everything as an opposite. If there's a left, there has to be a right. If you're angry, then you have to have the ability to be happy. You have to if you're angry, you have to have the ability to be the opposite. Because without the opposite, you don't have anger. Without courage, there's no fear. Without fear, there's no courage, right? Like you have to have the opposite, which means in some alternate reality, I do want to brush my teeth and I do want to use the bathroom and I do want to do these things when I don't want to. It means I do want to film this video, even if I don't want to, because I couldn't not want to film the video if on somewhere on the spectrum, on the dial that I can turn, there's a day where I wanted to film. There's a version of me, there's a set of circumstances where I would want to film. Because otherwise I couldn't wanna not film. You have to have the opposite. And when I realized that, here's the hand motion I made. Here's when I was tripping, right? I'm doing this, right? And then as soon as the epiphany happened, bro, this. My hands came together, and bro, then they did this fucking beautiful butterfly thing. They did this. I hope you're watching on video stream. And it went from this to this. It's seamless because it's a spectrum, it's a dial. You turn yourself up. It's why you feel different when you're out with friends, your close friends, you know, and you just turn on. You're just fucking funny. You don't give a fuck. You're super like loud, whatever, like whatever. You turn into a version of you when you're with your best friends, right? And then you go by yourself, quiet as hell, and now you're depressed again. You're like, what in the fuck? Why am I on when these people are on? Then I just revert back to my normal self. It feels like this fake version. Which one's real? There's these stories like in Japan they talk about of like the 3 faces that you have, the one face that you show your friends, the one face that you show your family, and then yourself or something like that. And I think it's fucking wrong, bro. I'm calling them out. Calling all you Japanese people out. I'm half Japanese, so I can do this. Y'all are wrong, bro. It's not a 3 face. There's no 3 faces. There was never 3 faces. Alright? There just wasn't. There's no younger version of you inside. There's no, what's it called, inner child. There's no none of that. There's just you. It's just you in there. And there's a spectrum of time and energy and stuff you can access your memories from back then, but you are not that 5-year-old that you once were. You just aren't. There's no 5-year-old version of you locked inside of you. There's just you who's remembering stuff from being 5. That's it. That's all there really is. That's like the biggest epiphany I had in DMT was I was asking myself all these questions, and I opened my eyes, and I had this sobering realization that I was in my room by myself, and I had all these epiphanies by myself. I was asking questions to the universe, and I realized I was just talking to myself. There was no one listening. It was just me. So anyways, I had this thought about the spectrum, this dial that you turn, and I was like, "Bro, it's not another version of me that comes out. It's me, still the same me that is alone, tired, depressed in my own room. It's the same me." And then when I go see my friends and I get 50% more excited, 50% more loud, like I see Devin in here, True Poppy, like he knows when I'm with him, I'm typically a little bit more loud. I'm a little bit more enthusiastic, more excited. Um, and then when I'm by myself, obviously I'm a little bit less fucking loud and obnoxious because I'm just by myself. But it's not because there's another version of me. It's because it's the same version you just turned up or turned down. That's all it is. And dude, that realization fucked me for like 6 weeks. I was like, yo, are you kidding me? I feel like that just solved 50% of my problems, dude. 50% of my issues came because I judged the fact that I was different around certain people and I was this, that, and the other when none of it was true, bro. It was a literal delusion. And I'm not trying to get political here. I don't wanna tell people that they're wrong and stuff, but I think if you're a person who you've been hurting, some way of thinking hasn't been working for you, which, by the way, that's okay. That's part of the journey too, and that's one of the things I wanted to talk about was, like, part of the journey is sucking. Part of the journey is eating shit. Part of the journey is this. And I forgot about that for a while because I was depressed. I forgot that, like, it's fine, and I couldn't accept it for so long. I was like, "I gotta be this, I gotta be that." You just don't, dude, you just don't. You don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know how things are gonna affect you. Like, people talk about this all the time, and that's why I bring it up all the time because I think it's funny. Like, all my close friends know I joke about it, even though I'm only half joking. Like, "Yo, where's my wife, bro? Like, where's my honey? Where's my soulmate, bro? Like, where's she at?" I always be saying that because a little bit I'm manifesting it, a little bit I'm joking, but also I just know for a fact that that's how it happens, bro. You don't plan for it. You don't like the love of your life just kind of happens, bro. I don't know how to explain it. Like one day you don't know them, and the next day you're kissing them. The next thing, like you have a kid with them. I don't even know. Like this is how it happens. Like I don't know how it happened. Like just because Chupabi's in here, I just remember in high school, like him and his girlfriend posted a photo, and I was like, "Oh shit, I guess they're dating." And then fast forward a few years now, fucking married, having a kid, like insane, dude. And so you don't know how it's gonna happen. And so there's no reason to sit there and tell yourself it's not gonna happen. There's no reason to tell yourself, "I will never have this opportunity." It's like, bro, you're actually wrong. You're like, "That doesn't make sense. That's delusional. It's actually delusional thinking." And it was the very first time I'm still on this DMT segment, by the way. Like all these realizations sort of came from this experience, from this 3-day experiment. Was like, some water. Dude, I kinda lost my train of thought. Um, Zodicus, thank you, bro. I love the live streams. I appreciate you. The game doesn't come Matt says the game doesn't make money when it comes to Web3 content creation. Yeah, honestly, Web3 content creation, yeah, it's not the move as much. Or there's something I was saying at the very end there about the DMT realization how the experiment. Oh man, I had it for a second. I had some semblance of it. Maybe I'll slightly move on and see if there's another topic here on my whiteboard. Yeah, I'll come back to it. I think it'll come back to me because there's probably a point in there. Another thing I had written down was Joyage meaning change. Hmm. What could I have possibly meant by that? Joyage meaning change. Oh, maybe it's meaning embracing change. So, Joyage Kingdom, you guys can see it if you're in this video stream, honestly, for anywhere where you follow me, you see Joyage literally everywhere. I have it tattooed on my fingers. I'll have it tattooed on my neck soon. I'll have it, you know, everywhere. I wear Joy like I'm wearing a Joyage Kingdom t-shirt, Joyage Kingdom pillow behind me, Joyage Kingdom sign above me behind. Like Joyage Kingdom everything, bro. Joy is all about rolling dice on yourself and going after your dreams and actually doing some stuff and making some moves, you know? To quote that great Alex Hormozy, to do so much work that it would be unreasonable for you not to succeed. Bro, that makes sense, dude. That literally makes sense. And what a fucking statement right there, dude. Work so hard that there's irrefutable evidence that you should make it, that you have made it. That will replace your self-confidence, you know? But yeah, Joyce Game is about embracing change, and that's literally what it's been about this past 6 months. It's been trial and error, doing stuff. I get so much hate every time I change anything, bro. It's crazy. Like, you do one style of content, and then you switch over, and you just get so much hate for it, and I it's insane to me seeing it, bro. Like, that was honestly another thing I was gonna bring up in this stream. I didn't know if I was gonna get to it, but, like, um, the comment sections, bro, in YouTube and TikTok and stuff like that. See them and, like, I feel like I lose a little bit of hope in humanity every time I look at them because I see these knee-jerk reactions. I see these NPC comments. I'm like, "Bro, come on, dude. Like, there's no way that's what you think, right?" Like, you watch a video and you're like, that might be the worst thing I've ever seen in my life." You all these people who are also, you know, believing, you're like, "There's no way, dude. There's no way people actually think like this." It made me nervous, bro, because I grew up as a kid without high confidence, and to have all my deepest, darkest, uh, like, suspicions about the world filled and to have the suspicions I had about people to be verified hurt because I didn't want it to be. I didn't want to believe that people thought this much negative. I didn't want to believe that they spun things in a way like this. And when I saw these comment sections, it made me lose a little bit of hope. So I was like, "Yo, is this really how people think? Like, maybe I was right to not wanna film in public. Maybe people are actually that angry at me for filming in public. Maybe they really are judging me that bad. Maybe they really are, like, roasting me alive, judging me so fucking hard." And I was like, "Bro, I think they actually are." Like, so many people film people filming in public, making fun of them, and I'm like, "Bro, they're probably making money online or something, and you're making fun of them." And I just can't believe it because not that I won't want them to make fun of me, but it's just like I don't want that to be what humans do. I don't like that average whatever, you know, average humans are doing that. I don't like that. Weird, uncomfortable. It's fucking that's not good enough from humans, bro. We can't really be like I don't know, bro. Like we as humans think of ourselves as like somewhat intelligent and shit like that. I'm like, bro, like there's some idiots here, bro. Like, there's no way. Like, there's no way you think that. There's no way that that's the conclusion you pull from this. Like, there's no way you're really this fucking like forgive my terminology, like plugged into the matrix type of talk, like NPC shit. You're like, and I guess it made me lose a little bit of hope in people. But then you talk to people in real life. You do in real life events. You go to VCon. You know, you go to NFT NYC or something like that. You go to a local meetup, and you see people in real life, and you're like, wait a second. At least these people are nothing like haters in the comment section. Like most people are chilling, dude. Like at most, if you walk up to a person in the grocery store and you ask them a question, well, to be honest, if you go to like a Walmart, probably not. But like if you go to like a Whole Foods or something, uh, where people, everyone is like probably on some level successful because why would they be working, you know, buying food at Whole Foods? And there's a different kind of person that's there. But like for the most part, they'll help you. If you have a question, they'll help you. They'll answer. They're gonna be polite. They're gonna be nice. They're just trying to get out of it. And I feel like I lived so much of my life online. Fire King, I appreciate you being here, bro. Go plug in your phone, bro. uh, I appreciate all you guys in the comments right now. Keep your head up, King. Appreciate you found a records. Um, yeah, I don't know. But thing is, dude, just to tie it back here before I announce this Pudgy Penguins toy winner. By the way, I'm gonna announce that in like 5 minutes, actually. So if you want to win, if you're in Spaces, go to the top of the screen there on those pinned tweets, and the second one, if you scroll over, is the like the space, be following me to enter to win this punch win. There's not that many people entered, so you have a chance of winning. Pretty cool. Um, so the point I wanted to make about this like DMT thing and my suspicions being confirmed. Weird way to say it, but it's kind of like how I said earlier about how like I predicted how it would work with the YouTube. I predicted that these things would work if I just stuck to the game kind of thing. I've done that my whole life where I'm like, I feel like I'm right about this, but like I don't have any social proof. Like when I was a kid, I was like, bro, like, not to say like this, but I was like, bro, I feel like I'm fucking so underrated, bro. Like I feel like I'm gonna fly past these clowns. And like they're all making fun of me. They all think they're better than me. They all think they're more rich than me, but like, bro, they don't get it. Like the very first time I had that validated was Gary V when he said that shit. He was like, bro, people were making fun of me. I was like loading up their wine. They were like, pulling up in their Mercedes and shit like that. And he goes, now I'm falling out. He goes, man, fuck all this. Like, you know what I mean? So that's how I've always thought. And I've always like had these sneaky suspicions about life that I'm like, bro, everyone's accepted this thing as fact. I just don't believe it. Like there are just some things where people swear by them, like this is how it's done. This is the path. And I'm like, bro, I just don't believe you. I feel like there is a way if I go this way. And my whole life, the Joyage, everything that represents my brand is about taking that path and making it work. Because here's the thing: the path exists, but the destination doesn't exist yet because it hasn't been walked. So if you are the one that's going to go down that path, you might be the one who discovers that as a now possible avenue for people to go to. Right? That's why I talk so much about, you know, I guess the easiest way to put it is UGC content creation, even though it is UGC content, but it's building a personal brand online so that companies reach out to you to do content with you and to pay you for it. It's a path inside of content that most people don't take advantage of, and it's shocking to me because I'm actual living proof that it's lit and it actually works, and you can approach life that way, and it can work. Like one thing I want to share with you guys that was pretty powerful was in NFT NYC, and I'll announce the winner after this story. In NFT NYC, it's really short. Gannon came up to me. He's the CEO of The Drop, which is a big NFT newsletter, and he was like, "Yo, I gotta bounce. I gotta go to this work thing." I was like, "Oh, okay." He's like, "What are you gonna do?" And I was like, "I don't know." It was like the second day, like nothing was really going on, and at New York yet. He's like, "What are you gonna do?" I was like, "Man, I'm just gonna like go to a coffee shop. I don't really know, like nothing really." And he was like, "Damn, bro, I wish." He was like, "You got it made, bro." And I like laughed. I don't know. Like, I didn't think he was joking, but I was just kind of like, "No, I literally don't, bro. Like, I can't like." I was just like, "Bro, like, I have some money, like, I'm traveling and stuff, like, I don't have that much money, I don't have that many followers, like, I don't know about that, like, I'm just kinda keeping my head on the ground type of response internally." And he's like, "No, no, no, man, I'm serious, like, you really have it made." He goes, "You have enough money to survive, you're not rich," he's like, "but you have enough money to survive, and you have time freedom. You get to choose where you are at 12." He was like, "I gotta be here at 12, but you don't." He's like, "You don't have to be anywhere at 12. You don't have to be anywhere at 2. You don't have to be anywhere at 5." He goes, "You're gonna literally do whatever you want and make a vlog out of it." He goes, "That's lit." And I was like, "Damn, dude." And then he walked away, and I was like, "Yo, that kinda hit me." Shout out Gannon for that. I appreciate you saying that. It gave me perspective. It was like, "Wait a sec. I found a different way. I'm not trading 8 hours every single day because I don't need to. I'm earning $1,000 and making that stretch for 30 days." I'm saying, "Oh, every $1,000 in my head," even though it's not exactly right, the math, $1,000 buys me 30 days in my head. 'Cause I'm like, by the 30-day mark, I'll figure out another way to make some more money, and I'll keep surviving that way until it's something more legit, until I'm, in a position where it's coming consistently, where I can start to be like, "Okay, I got a 6-month contract. I'm in. I can afford to do this, try this thing," or whatever it is. And I still am looking for that. Right now, it's all still commission work, which I'm very grateful for. And Matt in here, he's actually my main hookup for that, so shout out Matt. But of course, I'm looking for a more long-term thing. That's why I'm building, bro. Like, I'm looking for that, and that's part of the game. But you don't get to boss level until you put in the work that boss level puts in, bro. You think Top G got to where he's at being bottom G, bro? Nah. Top G gets to Top G by being Top G and doing Top G stuff. Do more push-ups. I'm just kidding. Okay, let's announce this fucking Punch I've been fucking off for too long. Let's do this Punch Penguins winner. Here we go. Let's see. Guys, you have about 10 seconds left. I'm gonna start choosing a winner right now, all you have to do is hit that retweet button if you're on Spaces. Like button. I think you have to just follow me, hit the retweet button, something like that. And if you want to have more entries, just screenshot wherever you're at, post on Twitter. You got 10 seconds. I'm gonna hit the music. Wait, hold on. You know what, guys? I'm not gonna play the music because I forgot that I don't exactly know how to make it work, but it's gonna like break your eardrums. So I promise you, I'm doing you a favor by not playing music. So I'm just gonna awkwardly choose these on my phone here. I'm gonna go ahead and engage the everyone's that posted it, but I'm gonna see where all the one. Okay. All right, baby. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I'm choosing two winners, bro. I'm choosing two winners. I'm giving away the Pudgy Penguin first, and then I'm gonna give away a Joyous Kingdom hat. All right, I'm gonna give this one away. Joyous Kingdom distressed hat. You watch it on YouTube. This is the hat. You guys already know for this kind of content. You know, it's not technically. I mean, it is value add, but it's not like value add the way I think about it. So I want to provide a little bit of fun. Joyous Kingdom hat winner. How do you think? We're gonna choose the Pudgy Penguins winner right now. You ready? Pudgy Penguins winner of the toy. Pudgy Penguins toy. The winner. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. The winner of the Pudgy Penguin is Brian Says. Congratulations, Brian. You are the winner of the Pudgy Penguin toy. I appreciate you. I see you says been here the whole time. Great space. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much. And here we go. The second winner of the hat. The Joyous Kingdom hat, baby. The winner is Malubas. Oh, fuck. Malubasala. Masu. Jesus. Malubasali, bro. You got to help me with this. I can't. I don't know how to say it, bro. But I'm going to just give you your brunch. Congratulations, bro. You won a Joyous Kingdom hat. I appreciate you. Menace, I also saw your entries in there, bro. I'm pretty sure I owe you something actually from a past giveaway, so I'll revisit our DMs to see if I owe you something. I'm pretty sure I do. If not, then I'll figure out a way. If I can't get it to you, I'll figure out an alternative means to get whatever you want. I'm pretty sure you won something a while back. Whatever. Congratulations to the winners. You guys just won the Joyous Kingdom podcast giveaways. You guys are the giveaway winners. I appreciate y'all. And now you guys are at a point where you don't have to listen to the rest of this. It's only a few more minutes here. I'm not looking to make this a 2-hour stream. But there's probably like one or two things left that I wanted to mention. Let's see. Um, yeah, I guess we can talk about like direction, a little bit of direction, so just for you guys to know what's moving forward here. I'm looking to establish a starting at one time a week and moving up. I want to get these Joyage Kingdom coffee break streams going, where it'll be like I'll run you through the structure of this real quick. So the Joyage Kingdom coffee break stream is meant to be an all-encompassing stream. I want this to be like the main gig. Kinda like how Crypto Wendy has her 10 AM, like, show in the morning called the O Show. She goes over news, the markets, the actual charts sometimes, um, and whatever else, right? I just think I can do better. So what I'm gonna do is in the show, we're gonna open up with a trading concept or a story or a lesson, a video that I thought was interesting, some kinda debate, discussion style thing, a controversial take. We'll start with that. We'll just kinda get that out of the way. That way we can kinda, like, hit the ground running. And then we'll jump into the intro. We'll be like, yo, this is the Joyce Game Show. If you guys want to buy an NFT, this is how you can get involved and all these things. Like introduce if there's gonna be a giveaway, we'll introduce that. And then we'll go over the crypto market, stock market, recap, news, things like that. We'll move into looking at some crypto coins and things like that. And each time I want to be looking at the news and how it's related to the markets because I just don't think that you can just look at news and see this value. I just don't believe it. I think you need to do both. So I'm going to be looking at charts, hopefully making trades on stream. If not, at the very least, just kind of going over the trades that I made that day or that week. So yeah, I want to go over some crypto like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Dogecoin, PancakeSwap, Pepe, ApeCoin, Metaverse tokens, like a lot of shit coins. Like I want to be doing all that stuff just for fun. For forex, if I end up doing forex, which I think I might for like a couple pairs. I'll probably stick with USD JPY, which is the US dollar and the Japanese yen, or XAU USD, which is gold and the US dollar, just because those are relevant to our world. I want to keep it relevant and I want the streams. Like I'm trying to make the stream uh inarguably the best one as far as value. Like I'm aware that I'm not going to be able to hold a show as good as Thread because he's a fucking monster. But I think I can bring value a different way that I can com- compete or whatever the fuck you want to say the word is. I want to talk about some stocks like Facebook, Coinbase, Apple, stocks I think are very related to what we're doing. Trending stocks. I want to go over that, but with the always with the trader hat on too. I want to have the collector's hat like I've always had, and like a collector slash enjoying life type of vibe, just kind of interested in what's going on. And then a side where it's like, yo, how does this actually affect the numbers? Why is this imbalance here? Why did the market crash 40% in 3 seconds and then get popped back? Who did it? You know, it's like, I want to talk about it like that because I think it's very helpful. And honestly, it's the most interesting thing in the world. And bro, think about this. I'm gonna finish what the rest of the show is about, but also like bro, once I get good at this stuff, once like my actual trades are getting better too, then I'm gonna start going like, yo, you want to be part of this Discord? You gotta have a Joyage Kingdom torch. Sorry, it's not public. You gotta have a torch. And then I assume at some point those will be because there's not that many. Either I'll say, yo, you can either have a torch or pay a monthly membership that's reoccurring, and either I'll let them choose or maybe I'll just give you the torches. But it's gonna be cool because once I have a skill that not everyone has, that has true value, that's not just entertainment, like trading, then cool stuff begins to happen. The beginnings of what I want the NFTs to be, that will start. You know, like there's just not a whole lot you can do for your community without some money. Like you need money to make things happen. You need stuff to move. And I'm only a year in or 2 years in. So it's like I have so much time. I just am excited because it'll begin this year. It'll begin this I'm hoping this month. I'm hoping in the next you know what I should do? I should just set a stream for this week. All right, you ready? For everyone who's listening, uh let's double check before I say this. Wednesday? I feel like we should just bring back the OG days, bro. We should just do Wednesdays at 10 AM or something, like 9 or 10. You know what? Just watch out for it. Follow me on Twitter. If you're not following me on Twitter, by the way, if you're on YouTube right now, follow me on Twitter at Cade Bergman. It's down there in the bottom left corner of the screen. Follow me on Twitter at Cade Bergman. I'm thinking Wednesdays, 10 a.m. PST is somewhere around there. I'm gonna start doing the stream. I want to get at least once a week. I ideally want this to be 3 times. I don't think I ever want to go more than that. I think anything more than 3, scheduled at least. I'm down to do more streams, but like scheduled streams where I have to show up. I think 2 to 3 days is probably good. Anyways, after I talk about the stocks, I want to jump into NFTs, trending NFTs, interesting projects. I want to have guests on sometimes. I would love to have guests that are traders. I've obviously been doing the podcast full time for 2 years. I've got a ton of connections in that world. I'll be able to blend my trader world with my NFT world. It's actually pretty funny because like I'm a newbie in this forex, in this trading world, and these entrepreneur people. Oh, I'm a fucking vet. I'm a veteran in NFTs. I'm a veteran in finance content. It's funny because I'm a fucking beginner. Then I get connected with someone who's been in the industry for 5 years and they love my shit. Even though I just started. I'm like, I love your trading content, bro. I'm like, bro, I've only posted like 10. But it's because I have so much experience making content in this world, in this realm. Like I have a good grasp. Like for example, when I was watching some of those trading streams, they're saying shit that like, bro, us right now, all of y'all in spaces, all of y'all watching on YouTube, NFT people, bro, I did not realize we have a superpower. All of us right now, all of you in spaces right now, including me, we all have a superpower of this like perspective on FOMO and money that nobody in the entire fucking world except for NFT people has. Like, bro, we have like things that are like learned concepts that people like have to struggle with accepting are things that like we had no choice but to accept because the level of degeneracy we saw in crypto land. Like if you, for example, if you're here from the crypto bull run to the bear market transition, and in 2021 and 2022, you saw that happen. You saw Elliott trades going on and telling people, "Don't worry, don't panic, this that, and the other." You saw all of like the classic um advice, right, about investing. It's like I have all that already in my head, and so for me, like, coming into the trading space as a beginner, I'm not, bro. I'm coming in like 40% up the chain because of all this stuff. So I think that's why in my head, I'm like, I can start the stream earlier than I think because in the beginning, bro, you're not going to be copying my trades. I fucking pray to God you don't because I will not. I'm not someone you should trust yet. Like I gotta earn that, right? I gotta show up at the streams. I be consistently profitable before I'm like, yo, like I don't really even feel comfortable taking a trade in the stream. Like right now in the beginning, I'm trading. I'm talking about concepts, things I'm learning, things I think are gonna aid people in the beginning, things like that, right? Anyways, after I talk about the NFTs and stuff, I'll probably mention like if you guys want to, support the show, you can buy the merch, the NFTs, whatever. And then the following action, I'll be talking about announcements coming from brands I think are cool. Um, and then I'll close the show out with like anything that's coming up, announcements about the Joyage Kingdom brand, things I'm really excited about, Q&A. I'm telling you all, guys. You had a sneak peek of the coffee break show a couple months ago. I went every single day for a month. It was an experiment. A lot of you guys in here actually were there for it. I'm pretty sure me and Dylan, I see Dylan Villain here, shout out, bro. I'm pretty sure him and I originally connected from that coffee break show. I think he hopped on a couple spaces or something, and we connected, and then we became BFFs at Econ, and now he's my homie for life. And so like those things can happen, and like I'm just excited because the coffee break show was cool. I just didn't have direction. I was just experimenting. Can I do a stream every day? Do I want to do a stream every day? Is it too much work? And I got to the point where I don't think I want to do it every day, but I can totally do this. It's fun and I like streaming. So I'm coming back, bro, in a big, big way. So I appreciate all of you guys being here. I probably have some more things to say, but honestly, we're coming on an hour 20. I appreciate all spending some time with me this Sunday afternoon. If you're on the West Coast, late morning, 11:30 a.m. I appreciate all you guys being here. Thank you so much for being here in the show. The winners, congratulations, Brian and Malou. Appreciate you guys. You guys are the winners of the penguin toy and the Joyce King hat. Thank you so much for being here. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the show. Hit that retweet button if you enjoyed the show. If you're on YouTube, like and retweet. Got tons of content coming up. I appreciate all of you guys. Until next time, continue on your Joyage. Continue to learn and be great for your life. Watch this video.